Hey guys, Sonic Frontiers is almost here! It's dropping in 3 days from now. Officially, anyway. Don't think I didn't know that some of you are broken Street Date and are playing it right now, and I just want to ask you. Can you be like Ugandan Knuckles and show me the way? Teach me your secrets? Because I've waited long as it is. Having to wait another 3 days is excruciating. But anyway, I have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to this game. It hasn't released yet, but it's already become my most covered game on this channel, whereas I initially planned to cover a variety of Sonic related topics, and I still plan to do that, but Frontiers has taken the spotlight for much of the past year. Not that I have any issue with that, because my god did this game pull me in just with trailer footage, and pre-release footage at events like Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, EGX London, and so on and so forth. To be less than half a week away from finally getting to play it, it is hard to believe. So as I've just made clear by my admission that I don't have the game right now, there's nothing I can really spoil here, which is good news for you. But that said, I will be using footage from their latest trailers, including the Showdown trailer that dropped recently. So if you're trying to avoid seeing too much until you can play Frontiers for yourself, I recommend avoiding this video for now. Kinda weird to be saying that because I generally want people to watch my content, but I am trying to keep the anti-spoiler crowd in mind. Optimism for Sonic Frontiers has been through the roof, whether it comes from longtime Sonic fans or those not intimately familiar with the series, yet still coming away from the game satisfied with it. That is refreshing to see, especially with us having just left behind the 2010s, because I'm gonna say it now, that was a particularly frustrating time period for me to be a Sonic fan. So at least had Sonic Generation and Sonic Mania, so it wasn't all too bad, but those thrived off of material that we'd already explored for the Sonic series. Whenever I tried to go into a new direction, it generally wasn't received well. Not that it was the first time that happened, because I'll admit that the 2000s weren't exactly an example of perfection for the Sonic series either. But I'd easily argue that many of the games released then felt much closer to the essence of Sonic than the 2010s titles did. That's just my opinion though. If you got some enjoyment out of 2010s games, I'm jealous of you because I wish I felt the same way. But as it stands, I didn't. So to see people in general excited for a new Sonic game, it blows my mind, because any Sonic fan knows how much scrutiny the series is usually under. And wow, Sonic Team has really gone above and beyond with this game. Oh, also, oh my god, Nate Wants to Battle or Nathan Sharp is actually gonna be singing a vocal theme in Sonic Frontiers, baby! Based, 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 based! After we first heard our samples of I'm Here and Vandalize, Nate was nowhere to be found, so I was starting to wonder if there was any credibility to the rumor that he'd be featured in Frontiers. But then the official Sonic channel released an interview with Tomoya Otani, composer of the Sonic Frontiers soundtrack. When you get to the end of that video, you hear vocals from Nate. I'll admit right now that I first thought it was Nate when we got a first sample of I'm Here, and then that was disproven later on, so I don't blame you if you feel skeptical. But there's some evidence to back this case up this time. I cannot wait to hear his work when I finally do get the game. It's gonna be awesome! Actually, the theme is already out there, but I'm not gonna listen to it just yet. I spoiled myself on the full version of I'm Here. I won't spoil it here for you, don't worry. But I'm going to hold off on listening to the rest of the soundtrack because I want to be surprised. All of this said, Sonic Frontiers doesn't completely break the franchise free from questionable trends that it has followed throughout the 2010s. One of those trends, as you might have already guessed, is that Sonic has become nostalgia reliant. Looking at you, Cyberspace, don't think you're off the hook. And I understand Sonic Team's intention in making an Easter egg out of this. I respect it even because I can clearly see that they had fun with it. It's just that this Easter egg has been done to death throughout the 2010s. Nostalgia can be a good thing to play through once in a while, but when it's done too often, it loses its shock value, and I just want to move on already. And keep in mind, when I say nostalgia, I mainly refer to stage themes, not things like character animations or dialogue choice and such. Those are fair game. And as well, why is the boost mechanic still here? Keep in mind, Sonic Unleashed is one of my top 3 favorite Sonic games, so I don't hate the boost mechanic at all, but the Sonic series used to be known for change. Well, it is known for change now because of the degree to which Sonic Frontiers has shaken things up, but the point is still there. I had fun with the boost mechanic for a while, but now it needs to go. It's pretty much outdated. Then again, the homing attack's kind of outdated too, but I don't want that to go, so I guess I kind of established a double standard here. No worries though, there's plenty of new stuff here to bounce out the older concepts being recycled, so there's really nothing to regret here. I am a firm believer in the idea that one should play a game with themselves and judge it based off of that experience, instead of simply leaving it to someone else to determine their outlook for them, whether the game is actually good or bad. We've seen occasions where that hasn't always ended well. But still, seeing the majority of reviewers coming away with Sonic Frontiers being generally positive about it, I gotta say, that is insanely uplifting. It just tells me that the Sonic series is headed towards a new era where the future is looking bright. And it's already made huge strides in other areas, but the Sonic series originated through gaming, and yet for a time it looked like we were headed towards a timeline where the gaming aspect of Sonic would be his weakest point, and that just wasn't terribly ideal. But now we are finally seeing dramatic improvement in this respect, and as an OG Sonic fan who's been there since the beginning, this puts a smile on my face. And keep in mind, when I say that the gaming aspect of Sonic could have been his weakest point, I am not saying that every game that's ever come from Sonic has been lackluster. Some have been, yes, but definitely not all of them. Sonic started out as one of the biggest titans of gaming since the 90s, as one of the best and most recognizable franchises. While he's probably not regarded as among the best anymore, probably anyway, that really depends on who you ask these days, he's still far from fading from anybody's memories, that is for sure. And with Sonic getting more content still, games included, he ain't going anywhere anytime soon, so you better get used to him. Another thing I have to be thankful to Sonic Frontiers for is the growth that it has inspired for my channel. It's pretty much become my breakthrough game as a YouTuber. We've made it past 3,000 subscribers recently, because so many of us have enjoyed coming together to talk about this game, and obviously other things related to Sonic, but we would usually find our way back to Sonic Frontiers. Even after the game comes out, I'll tell you right now, I ain't about to stop making videos for it. In fact, I'm only just getting started. There's so many things I'm looking forward to do when I finally have this game in my hands. Let's plays, streamed playthroughs, and even videos covering specific aspects of the game, whether it's like tutorials or discussion topics in general. There's so much I'm excited to do with this game. So much that I really don't know where to start. And I think that's part of what contributed to a slowdown in my content recently. I get so many ideas that I just can't make sense of it all, and I don't know where to start. But I'm gonna work on that. I only hope that when I look back on this video later on, I won't feel as if I jumped the gun hyping up Sonic Frontiers. Look, I've had a rough decade as a Sonic fan, okay? So yeah, I'm a little paranoid right now. I need Sonic Frontiers to be this big turnaround for my favorite character. I need that so badly, man. And if that doesn't happen, well, I'm gonna be a little bit more than upset. But I am still confident that Sonic Frontiers has everything in place to be one of the stronger Sonic titles. The general consensus from those who have played it already is that it's great, and that's cool. But will I share this opinion? Well, wait for my review of Sonic Frontiers, and you will have your answer. It may take a while before that goes up because I want to be sure I played the game enough to give a reasonable assessment of it. Or as reasonable as I can make it because, you know, being a hardcore Sonic fan, I'm pretty sure some bias will be involved. But I'll do my best regardless. And that does it for what I guess we'll call a little appreciation video for Sonic Frontiers. It's been a blast covering this game from start to finish. I haven't always been the most consistent in my coverage of it, especially within these last few weeks, but I've been keeping a close eye on it, and I am so ready for this game to get here. I hope you guys are as well. So, I look forward to making more Frontiers videos for y'all, but until then, that will do it for this video. Thank you for watching. You know how this goes. If you enjoyed this video, drop those likes and comments, and feel free to sub and ring that bell for more Sonic content, especially for Sonic Frontiers. But we have a lot to say about Sonic Prime as well, don't we? That's coming out next month. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out! Don't forget, Blue Blurs for life.